Fortitude is one of the 4 cardinal virtues. They can be found in Scripture but were first formulated or discovered by Plato. Cardinal comes from the Latin word cardo, meaning hinge, because all 4 of the cardinal virtues hinge on each other. Fortitude is commonly called courage. St. Thomas Aquinas ranked fortitude as the 3rd of the cardinal virtues because it serves prudence and justice, which are the higher virtues. Fortitude is the virtue that allows us to overcome fear and to remain steady in our will in the face of obstacles. Prudence and justice are the virtues through which we decide what needs to be done. Fortitude gives us the strength to do it.
Hello, here we are on Northwest, and we are going to go around and ask people what they know about fortitude and the cardinal virtues and see what we find out.
So, what is the first thing you think of when you hear the word fortitude?
Fortitude? I don't know.
A wall.
I think of a lighthouse, buttress in particular.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure there's a Pokemon named like Fortress or something like that.
I don't even know what that word means. Like you are strong and you have the capability to keep going.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Fortitude, obviously, like maybe a fort, like in a tree, or maybe used for military purposes.
I have no idea.
Actually, I think of solitude, but I know it's not the same thing.
Like endurance and stuff like that. It also kind of goes with like forts because they're generally supposed to be pretty resilient.
Do you know what fortitude means?
Nope. Does it have something to do with strength?
I feel like it's like beefy. I guess I really think it's more like fortified than fortitude.
Strength for endurance?
No, not off the top of my head.
Fortitude is a virtue.
Cool.
Do you know what the 4 cardinal virtues are?
Can you name the 4 cardinal virtues?
Sure can't.
I knew them at one point in my life. I can't remember them right now.
Are we going with the Cardinals as in baseball? Because I don't know what any cardinal rules are.
Yeah, okay, well that's always iffy because like the cardinal virtues always have like little sub-virtues that are like still kind of virtues.
Honesty? Faith? Oh my gosh, I can't. Isn't that bad? Love? It's not really I guess it's a virtue.
Charity is one of them. I think, isn't like courage one of them as well? And then, like temperance or something like that. And then there's this little guy. Oh no, I'm not sure.
Can you think of an example of fortitude? Either in your own life or just like a general example?
When you're snowmobiling and there's just a fat hill climb in front of you and you're like, screw it, I'm going for it. And you just hit the throttle and you just throttle it up the hill. I would say that's courage.
I would say my mother is a great example of fortitude. You know, as a parent, she's had to deal with, not only from us kids, but just like outside things that she's gone through, and the way that she's handled those have been very very steadfast displays of what fortitude is, and I suppose what it can be, because of how strong she's been through those things and how she's been able to maintain her composure for the sake of probably not only herself but for the rest of the family as well, through just various things that can weather an individual's soul.
I would say that being in college right now, I need a lot of fortitude for, because I'm at an age where it's not common for people to be going to college. I'm studying a degree that isn't common for most people to study, and at my age to begin a career religion and philosophy. It takes a lot of endurance and fortitude.
When you're on a stage and you're freaking out.
And you gotta perform.
You gotta perform.
Probably Shelby. She's gone through a lot, especially in her family, and she has managed to stay strong and still love all of them despite what has happened.
My mom, when she was dying of cancer, because she didn't just go with it. She put up a fight, but she also was somebody who had strength, and she shared that strength with other people.
I would say my mom, definitely. She's been through a lot of crap in her life, and she's always been very realistic about it, but she's also, like, she's always trusted God. And, like, she's always admitted when she's been having a hard time, or, like, when she's struggling, but it doesn't really stop her from, like, still pushing forward.
My brother's girlfriend's mom, named Wendy, she was helping the firemen look for the remains of the people who did not survive the landslide in Darrington. Even though she has a lot of medical issues, she was still able to put her life at risk to help them search for the missing people.
My husband, Jake, because not only did he serve in the war in Iraq, but also he's in law enforcement, and so daily that's what he strives to do, is help others.
So the main kind of reason why we did this project and chose Fortitude is we didn't know what it meant originally, and so we were like, well, if we don't know what it means, why don't we see, you know, how many other people do or don't know what it means. We went around and found out that a lot of people didn't know, like us, and that was interesting. As some people who didn't know kind of had a very vague idea, maybe. We just kind of wanted to bring awareness of like what that meant and the cardinal virtues, and when we explained it to them and they knew what it meant, it was really, really easy for them to just put it with a person and give a human form to that, and find an example in their lives of someone who demonstrates fortitude. And so I thought that spoke really strongly of how quickly people can just hear something, understand it, and then immediately, once they knew what it was, they thought of someone so quickly that applied to. And so yeah, I think we did our job.